Sorry.
Teach us a thingy.
Okay, I'll do it. We'll take that. Okay, scale factor. Has to do with similar polygons. I think you're going to like it because it's pretty easy, especially if we're going to do 4 examples, 5 examples. You're going to feel really good about it. What a scale factor is, I'm going to ask this at the end, so make sure that you get this. A scale factor is a number. It's kind of like a magic number that we can take, that we can multiply one side of a polygon, and it gives us the matching side on a similar polygon. So if we had like a really big triangle, and you took its one side, multiply by the magic number, you get the other polygon's similar side. We'll say it a few different ways by the time we're done here. To get your scale factor number, we're going to make a fraction. So that's all we have to do is make the right fraction. We're going to take the side length of the second polygon and put it on top of the side length of the first. And that's it. And then you can put it in the calculator if you need it to reduce. Just match up 2 sides that go together. Put the second one over the first one, and you're done. And you'll have the scale factor. So let's look at an example problem. We start off with a couple of triangles. They're not all going to be triangles, but the first ones are. You got triangle ABC is similar to DEF. So ABC is your first one, DEF is your second one. The question is going to say, what is the scale factor, what is the magic number that we could multiply any ABC side to get a DEF side? ABC is our original, DEF is our second. So we want to find 2 sides that match up. So first I'll look at AB. AB would go with what in the other triangle?
DE.
DE. Now, do we have some information about DE?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's use that. So AB, 7.2.
Over 4.8.
Now hold on.
Oh.
Let's go back to this. What this thing said. To get your scale factor, simply make a fraction with the side length of the second.
Over the
side length of the original.
So vice versa.
Yeah. So what we want is to take 4.8, put it on top of 7.2. So in your calculator, write down. Let's go ahead and put that right down here. 4.8 over 7.2. 4.8 over 7.2. 4.8 over 7.2. Calculator does a miraculously great job of reducing that for you. However, it just says 0.6 repeating. We want the scale factor to be a fraction. What's the magic button to press? Toggle button. If you press this button, it turns into 2/3. You kind of should have known 0.6 repeating is 2/3, but if you didn't, know how to use the tool in front of you. And 2/3. That's the scale factor. Now, one thing about scale factor is you need to understand it is a one-way street. And this is what I mean by that. Zoom in. All right, scale factor. It's a number. It's a magic number of sorts. If we started with this triangle,
good one,
and you have 7.2, if you multiply by the scale factor, which is what? This problem? 2/3. If you took 7.2 and multiplied by 2/3, you'd get 4.8. That's what the scale factor is. So you got 7.2, multiply by the scale factor, and you should get 4.8.
You do.
But it's a one-way street. You can't take 4.8 and multiply by that same scale factor and get this. It doesn't work that way. 4.8 times 2/3. That is not going to get you back. 4.8 times 2/3 will not get you back to 7.2. So our scale factor that we have for this specific problem is telling us how to get from this triangle to that triangle. Any side in this triangle times 2/3 will get you the side right here. A one-way street. There's a different scale factor coming from this one to that one. It's the reciprocal. We'll talk about that at a different time. All right, backside on this one. All right, here you go, Noel. Who's 2 for 2 on the year, which is still just 100%. You did say 200%.
It's 200. I don't care what you say.
200%.
You're not a math teacher.
You're not a math addict.
Oh! Money.
That one was scary. one.
Yeah. I was-
Off the rim.
Hey, but I was still doing 66. So.
Yeah.
So now you're 300%.
Oh yeah.
Three
No
for
doubt.
3.
300%.
Nolan's gonna say 300%. For people
You
watching
probably think
YouTube,
Nolan's dumb.
like, he doesn't understand percentage. Okay, here we go. These are our pentagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similar pentagons. This one's smaller than that one, obviously. We got Q, R, S, T, U, similar to A, B, C, D, E. What's the scale factor that gets us from Q, R, S, T, U to A, B, C, D, E? So because of what they've said is this is our first one, that's our second one. It kind of works out that all these pictures have the one on the left as the first one, but understand that's not always the case. It's the one that's mentioned first. Get us from this one to that one. So first I want to look at TU. I got TU right down here as 24. I want to see if I can match TU up with another number. TU, what does that go with on the other pentagon?
DE.
DE. Do I have anything on DE?
No.
So I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use this. This doesn't work. I got nothing for TU. So I should have something for UQ. UQ, or QU goes with what?
AE.
AE. Hopefully I got something for AE.
Yes, you got something. 36 over 16.
Yeah, I've got 36 and 16. Why did we put 36 on top?
Because it's the second one.
It's the second one.
The second one goes on top.
So my fraction is 36 over 16. You could reduce that in your
9
head if you
fourths.
really want to.
9
Go
fourths.
18 over 8, but then it reduces to 9 over 4. 36 over 16 reduces to 9 fourths. So your scale factor is 9 fourths. When I ask what scale factor is at the end, you need to say, hey, that's the magic number. You multiply any side by here to get the side over here. So it's the number you multiply side by to get the length of one in a similar.
On this one, we always put the second one on top.
It's always the second one on top. And it usually works out to where the second one is on the right, but we call the second one they mentioned. They said, get us from QRSTU to ABCDE. So that's the second one. ABCDE. But in general, it does work out to where the second one is on the right. All right, these are quadrilaterals. They're not rectangles, they're not squares. They're four sides, and four-sided figures are called quadrilaterals. We got BCDE, similar to a little bit bigger VWXY. What is the scale factor to get us from BCDE to VWXY? So let's look at this BC. I got BC as 16.
BW.
BC and VW.
Nota.
Nothing. So BC is not going to work. Hopefully ED,
And XY.
ED and XY.
That'll work.
I got an XY. I got 30. I got 63 and 18. Now, if I'm trying to go from this one to that one, what's my second?
The right one.
Yeah. So that's going to go 63
Over
over 18, which will reduce. Both those numbers are divisible by
to
3.
7 halves.
63 over 18. 7.
Okay, I feel like this last one is going to try and trick us.
7 halves. The real thing about the last one is we go back to having some decimals. So just be careful. Again, quadrilaterals, D, E, F, G, similar to J, K, L, M. We want the scale factor to get us from D, E, F, G to J, K, L, M. So we want scale factor to get us from this one to that one. First off, 40.5, that's EF. EF goes with what?
KL.
KL, do I got something for KL?
Yes.
Great. So I'm going to take my KL over my EF. So my 18 goes over my 40.5. Put that in your calculator, what are you going to get?
0.4444444444444444.
At first this is what we get. We know we probably want it to be a fraction, so
Toggle.
toggle it, turns into 4/9.
What was that?
Okay, the YouTube will come handy for you.
What is what's the note to the side?
Yeah, that note on the side says, on this one, try multiplying 10.5 by your answer choices and see which gives you 18. So, say that you forgot. Yeah, that's what the note says. let's say that you forgot how to do this. You forgot to put the second one over the first one. That little side note, which you can't hardly read because it gets cut off, it says, try multiplying your answers try taking 40.5 and multiplying your 4 answer choices by 40.5. So if you went 40.5 times 4/7, what you want to get is 18. And you don't. Out of those 4 answer choices, what's the only one that's going to work? 4/9. So you take 40.5 times 4/9, and it gives you 18. One thing that I wanted to point out, though, we know that the scale factor is 4/9, but that's a one-way street. That gets us from here to here. So if you took 40.5 times 4/9, you get 18. What do you think you need to take 18 by to get back to here? If you were to guess. If you know the scale factor going from here to here, any guess what the scale factor would be to go from 18 to 40.5?
Would it be the reciprocal?
It would be the reciprocal. If it takes 4/9 to go from here to here,
You take 9/4.
9/4 to go back. So if you want to go back, remember 4/9 is a one-way street that way. You got to go 9/4.
So if you took 18 times 9/4, you'd get 40.5.
Now I put it in. It says 81.2, but we're 81/2. But that's 45. 18 times 9/4 gives you this, which is. So your one-way street is 4/9 to go that way. If you want to get back, it's 9/4 to go this way. And that is it. And that is scale factor. Objective 98. All right. So let's go ahead and get started.